She never fucking listens to me. She makes me so fucking mad when I try to say something and gets me so fucking frustrated because she never lets me talk. Is that you? Let's talk about it. Resentment is the leading cause of the end of relationships. Before we go into it, like, comment, subscribe, follow. Let's get the engagement going so we can get this to the people that need it genuinely and get your page pumping. Yeah, let's do it. And watch the whole video. Let's get into it. So basically, right, this has a lot to do with frustration. First off, we'll start at the origin. When it comes to resentment, resentment comes from not being heard. Now you have to connect it to, why am I not being heard? A lot of times we're not receiving what we're not giving. So let's just say, for example, if you have a squabble with your lady, verbally, whatever the case may be, the reason why she won't hear you is because you won't hear her. Y'all are both reflections of each other. The reason why I like that understanding is because it aligns with peace on both sides. It's polarity. You have to have balance on both. It is not one person and not the other. That is so close-minded. And that's what creates the suffering. Insanity is caused by you trying the same thing, expecting different results. It has to be something else that you need to do so you can get different results, so you're not caught in that time loop, right? So first off, you have to manage your nervous system. When it comes to things that she may say or he may say, you got to understand that there's a connection and a thread to your nervous system in relevance to moments where things may have hurt you and you haven't fully healed or understood what actually hurt you. That's the thing. So she may even just finish the last of the milk. He may have his socks and they stink like a motherfucker, or he may not make that much money. He's a bozo, right? And that may not be it exactly, because you've been with the motherfucker for how long, whether he was broke or not, or you've been with her, whether or not she farted and it stunk or not, right? It's the idea that there's so many threads connected that you're not, it's like a wound that's infected. You have to tend to that wound. You can't just say, I'm good, put a Band-Aid on it, and before you know it, it begins to get infected. But based on your ego, or the system that we consider the ego, you figure, I'm going to keep going. That's not what it is. You have to understand, you need to breathe. What I love to do is this. I take a deep breath, I hold, and I just... This lets your nervous system know, hey, listen, we're capable of handling what we have to handle, but before we handle it, I need to understand that I can manage all this energy, because a lot of times we avoid it. So when you're so used to avoiding it, your subconscious gets used to that, and guess what? It's consistency. The subconscious doesn't understand bad or good. It understands what you consistently do. And if you were unconsciously just doing this, it's going to feel very challenging to breathe when you feel away. But the whole thing is, you want to respond better to the person that you love, or if you're not in that relationship no more, you want to attract the right person by responding to yourself because you're somebody that you love, right? So that's where the bottom of resentment is frustration. And in the frustration, the reason why you react is because there's no emotional responsibility. You assume that, yeah, it's okay to be you. And it's okay to have that integrity where you're yourself. But now we have to understand, if we're going to bond, first off, you need to understand that the person you are now is trying to become something. And you're always comparing those two. So in order to become what you need to become, remember, you never get what you want, you get what you are. You have to actually transform yourself. And it's the same thing when you're in a relationship. You love this person, you may have been attracted to them. And remember this, attraction and intimacy is two different things. Attraction is what pulled you. That's the attraction based on the physical appearance, or maybe she could relate in relevance to the best anime. That's the attraction. When you move into intimacy, intimacy is the idea of serving your lover. And I mean more than just lover. I mean serving the person that you want to be with for the rest of your life on all levels. Because after this, it doesn't stop, depending on how you think. But that's another conversation. So if you're in the ball game of, like, I've been with my lady for like 15 years, and I got a kid on the way, and I got a kid now, 10 months, cool ass kid, right? Shout out to my lady Asani and my baby coming Aura. It is amazing to be where I'm at, and so is it for you. So it's like when you decide that you want to respond different to yourself, you respond different to them, and you cannot fake it. They understand your emotional undertone. You cannot skip past it. So one thing I like to do, I'm not going to say I don't go through things. I don't go through resentment, anger, frustration. Yes, I do. It's just that my response to it is different. I've reprogrammed my ego, and I'm still reprogramming it, because my whole goal is to manage my ego, not to lose it. Detach from the idea of what the ego is that does not bring you peace. You got to understand, your ego is there to stay. It's with you. You might as well work with it than work against it. You understand what I'm saying? This is not a battle. This is not a war. This is about aligning yourself with a higher version of you that already existed before you. Okay? That's why I like the breathing. When you hold your breath for 7 seconds, you're no longer with us. Because when you're breathing, you're alive. When you're not breathing, you're not alive. Then you tap into the person that exists outside of you in many realms all at once. The God frequency. That's what it is. The God frequency. Now, when you have a conversation with them, they give you hints and answers on where to go. When you take this moment, your nervous system stops and recognizes your spirit. And in that moment, it's like dumb silence. And the silence is where the gold is. But you need to understand, gold is not created without lead. This is where alchemy comes from. You get what I mean? So take your time breathing. And that's what it is. Resentment, the bottom of resentment is frustration. The bottom of frustration is anger. Not being heard is you not trying to hear. You're only a reflection of what you're giving. The minute you hold yourself responsible for your emotions is the minute you start to see things from a different perspective. And if your goal is to be better, well, whoop-de-doo, let's fucking be better. You know what I'm saying? But if your goal is not, then listen, karma is real. She's a bitch that you could either fuck with or get along with or just, I don't know. But if you feel like you can't do this, say no to coochie, say no to relationships, say no to everything, and find yourself. There's nothing wrong with finding yourself, because you got to understand the law of attraction. You have to find yourself to find yourself. That's how it works. Well, I can't find love. Everybody I try to fuck with doesn't fuck with me. Some dudes would be like, damn, I can't find the right woman. She always with me for my money, because, yo, you like your money, and that's what you always vibrate. So therefore, you attract women that love money. You got to start with you. And for the women that be like, oh, man, he only loved me for my assets. Well, you only love you for your assets. The universe is mental. You're always going to attract what you're on. So if they love you for your assets, and your assets is your ass, your titties, your BBL, whatever the fuck it is, then that's what you're going to attract. So start to attract something better by actually looking at you. Yeah.